September 21st, 1991, time 22:13 hours. This will be a 911 call, position CT07.
San Diego emergency? What's the San Diego emergency?
My mommy and stepdaddy are having a fight. Could you just send the police, please?
Okay, we're going to be there. What's going on?
They're having a fight because this has been going on forever and ever.
How old are you?
I'm 6 and my little sister's 4.
You're 6-year-old? You're 6?
Okay, could you just send the police?
Yeah, they're on their way, but I'm going to keep you on the line until they get there, okay? Is your front door open?
Oh, no.
Can you go unlock it and come back to the phone so the officers can get in?
Just wait, please.
Okay.
He just knocked my sister out.
What do you mean he knocked her off?
He pushed her down on the floor. My stepdaddy's got the baby now.
He has the baby now? Where is he at now?
What?
Lisa, where is he at right now? Is he
He's
still in the house?
in the room and got the baby.
Okay.
And he made some red marks on Mama's, on Mama's neck. My mom's going outside. Mama, go! The police are coming.
Is your Hello?
I try to envision a Milwaukee in which children do not grow up surrounded by violence. We know that the major cause of adult-related violence are kids that have grown up in houses where they are exposed to violence, they themselves are abused or they're neglected, and most importantly, they see a culture of violence being perpetrated, particularly against the people that are responsible for taking care of them.
It's a learned behavior, and it is also a choice that one makes. It is a conscious choice to use violence as a response to conflict, and that is not acceptable. And as a community and as a society, we cannot continue to allow that to happen. Violence should not be expected or tolerated as any form of response to conflict.
At first, I couldn't talk to my family because I was ashamed.
I had been with my kid's father, living with him since I was 18, and I don't know, I never had been my own person.
I am a long-term survivor of domestic violence, approximately 12 years. This was what I knew. I grew up in an abusive household and saw my mother survive. So this was how I knew to live. And it's not just this amazing, wonderful relationship and one day you get hit. It's components of emotional abuse, components of verbal abuse, components of financial abuse, and kind of breaking down the spirit of who you are. And then that finally gets to that point of the perpetration of physical violence in the household.
Our mission at Sojourner Family Peace Center is to build peaceful communities in which domestic respect and a life free from violence is the right of every woman, man, and child.
If I talk to a complete stranger and ask them what they would envision as the best response of the public safety system to a problem that they encountered, I think most of them would say, I would want somebody that would actually listen to me, that actually would take me where I am and understand my issues and then address the needs that I have in real terms. That's what Sojourner Family Peace does.
Going to an emergency crisis shelter is often the last resort. That's the last thing somebody wants to do, is pack up their children and escape, flee from their home and their environment that they are used to and comfortable with, and going to an emergency crisis shelter. So when they do come to us, their situation is dire, and they need that safe, confidential location where they can get the services that they need to live a life free from violence.
I talked to someone on the phone that was really understanding. It was like I was hysterical at that point, and they were really helpful with calming me down and asking what I needed. I was only working 10 hours a week. It was kind of hard. My youngest child has a genetic disorder, and they were so understanding because it was some nights he wouldn't sleep, and they foster an environment of working together at the shelter, and the other ladies would help me walk the floor at night with him. It was kind of hard. After all of the services I received, they helped me find a place, and I'm working on taking care of my children now. We don't have all of the issues we had before. I have a better job. I'm able to take care of all three of them. Now my children and I go to regular support groups for parents with small children who've been through domestic violence, and my children are blossoming. And I have two little boys who I want to make sure that they know it's not okay. And I want my daughter to know that it's not okay to be hit.
The advocates are there for the victim, exclusively for the victim, and they're able to make sure that they partake in the process. The biggest fear I have, justice is not served if people don't partake in the process. If they become disaffected, they are too frightened, or they are simply under too many pressures that they can't see the benefit of following through.
It is a hard path. And it takes so much courage, but so many women do it. We know that the work that we're doing is indeed helping break the cycle of violence.
I always regarded myself as a victim of domestic violence, and going through this process, I really began to feel empowered by what I went through. Once you leave, you've just begun your process. And seeing it with my children, they're very distrusting of men, and they have a really, really hard time engaging in conversation, even eye contact. They've really gone through a lot of trauma. Currently, I'm involved with a parenting group at the Sojourner Family Peace Center that's really, I think, laying a solid foundation in how do I address their trauma, how do I work through it for them. They've allowed me to go back to school, to secure funding, to continue my degree, and really provide this whole sense of wellness, that it's not just emotionally getting through the abuse and going on with my life, but making sure that financially I'm secure, making sure emotionally that my household is healthy.
Sojourner Family Peace Center in general has just been a blessing, just overall helping my children and I become a family. Sojourner Family Peace Center is helping so many people accomplish so many things on so many levels. As victims of domestic violence, we are not looking for handouts. Most women who have experienced domestic violence and any type of abuse are looking for a hand up. Agencies that will assist them getting back on their feet to become financially independent and self-sufficient. And that's truly what I found at the Sojourner Family Peace Center, because it's not just about what they can do for me, it's more about what I can do to help myself become more independent.
At Sojourner Family Peace Center, we can provide as much of the resources and the safety that we can, but we simply can't do it alone. We need to have the compassion and the caring of our community, which Milwaukee is a caring and compassionate community, and we need that to continue. If we don't have that, we could see greater tragedy.
We have to appreciate the resource we have right now, and we have to support it. If we don't support it, we're going to lose it. It's going to die through neglect. And if there's anything that Sojourner stands for, it's not allowing neglect to continue. We have to affirm what a valuable resource this is, support it, and make sure that we fulfill the promise to make our victims safe and make this a healthier, safer community. And we'll recognize that 5 years from now, 10 years from now, but we've got to make the choice right now, and we have to support it.